Namaste and welcome viewers. You're watching Mirror Prime. It's me, Ashish Pareek. Let's begin with our biggest story that we are tracking this hour. Veteran star actor Rajinikanth has kicked up a massive political storm in Tamil Nadu after he praised Chief Minister MK Stalin for efficiently handling the old guard party after his father's death. Speaking at a book launch event on the weekend, the South superstar referred to MK Stalin as a teacher and senior DMK leaders as his students. In fact, he also tipped his hat to the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister for managing the senior DMK leaders like State Minister Durai Murugan, which also, according to Rajinikanth, isn't a very easy task. These comments obviously did not go down well with Durai Murugan and other senior leaders of the DMK, who launched a sharp response claiming that young actors are also losing out on opportunities because of old ones continuing to act even after losing their teeth. While the minister's remarks was an indirect reference to Rajinikanth's speech, it also sparked a widespread discussion as many interpreted this as his response to Taiwan. Alright, so we'll be discussing this and a lot more. Today, joining us on the podcast is Vinod P. Selvam from the BJP. He's of course from Tamil Nadu, political journalist Dr. Pullar Rao and also senior journalist Dr. Narayan Lakshman. Gentlemen, appreciate you joining us on the broadcast. This is now a very interesting discussion that seems to have, of course, taken headlines across the nation as well. Dr. Pullar Rao, let me start with you now. Rajinikanth praised Chief Minister MK Stalin for managing senior leaders in the party. Now, he's used the word managing. Additionally, Nidhi added to Rajinikanth's claims by stating that the youth are ready, but they just need space. So the big question here is, who is denying them space? Is it Stalin? Is it Durai Murugan? Or is it any other DMK leader who's refusing to quit?
See, I don't think you should look at it like that. There should be nothing against age, whether he's a cinema actor or a politician or a businessman. There are a number of people over 80. Mallikarjun Kharge, Sharad Pawar. The earlier, today's 80 is 60 years ago, 60 of about 20 years ago. The world has changed. And Stalin, after the death of his father, who died, after a 60-year career, has to take the old with the new. He can't say this morning, I won't have anything to do with the new. You must have continuity, you must have new blood. And Stalin is doing a good job of that. Rajinikanth might have made some remarks because Rajinikanth himself wanted to enter politics and couldn't enter politics. He backed him the last day. And people like Durai Murugan are 84 years old. They won elections 10, 12 times continuously, no defeat. And you also know that in countries like USA, there are politicians 95 years old. There are senators who have been there 60 years. Politics is not business.
But Mr. Pullar Rao, you're giving me an example of the USA. It's the USA where Joe Biden also bowed out due to his age.
Yeah, he bowed out.
He also bowed out. So if you give me that example, you should also give me this example.
Joe Biden bowed out because he couldn't remember his name. Durai Murugan remembers everything of the last 80 years. I'm not saying Rajinikanth is wrong. Young blood at least. But okay. Stalin is managing quite well. Both old and new.
Okay. Vinod from BJP Tamil Nadu is also on the broadcast. Vinod, Anna says that this is a covert warning. This is a very secret warning that Stalin has been given by Rajinikanth that any attempt to elevate Udayanidhi will face friction, will cause a lot of chaos in the DMK. What makes you believe so?
See, this also implies the political acumen of Thiru Rajinikanth. He has very indirectly gone to a DMK stage and very tactically put it across that DMK is a one-family party. You should also look at it in a way that the elevation in this particular political party comes only by birth. Only if you are born in the certain family can you be elevated to the position of the leader of the party. Now tell me, this is a party which talks about socio-economic status. They talk about, deliverances in terms of bringing up all the backward scheduled class people in the forefront. Why doesn't someone in the family give way for a good Dalit leader in DMK to take over and to run the organization? But that doesn't happen. So DMK is being controlled by a family. The kitchen cabinet runs this organization and they only want to keep elevating their own kith and kin to various positions. So many of the family members, so many of them are all in vital
But
critical
Mr.
positions.
Vinod Selvam, this is
And
what
that
you
is
said
what
during the Lok
is
Sabha
being
elections also.
implied
It
from
clearly
what
didn't work. The voters of Tamil Nadu don't think the voters of Tamil Nadu still have voted for the so-called dynastic politics instead of voting for a youth power, a youth leader like Alex. So even though
I
what
don't
you're
agree
saying
with
does
you.
make sense at many levels, it hasn't worked.
No, see, let me just interrupt you for a second. See, BJP was a party which was getting 2 or 3% vote share in Tamil Nadu. But the narrative set by BJP, the narrative that the BJP has been expressing the DMK and their family and their fascism and the entire corruption and the dynastic politics of DMK has really worked well for the BJP. And that's why today the BJP's alliance was able to get about 19-20% vote share. The NDA was able to get a massive vote share in this election because people have started to finally accept the truth. People are accepting the fact that DMK is a faction, is a party, is a family-run party, and they are going to be of no use to the people of Tamil Nadu. Things take time. This is a 56-year-old
All right.
party which has been there for a long time, and for people to understand.
All right, Vinod Selvam, clearly, I mean, the bottom line basically is that this hasn't really resonated with the voters. You haven't won a seat, and that's the reality of that. But a very interesting point that you said that Rajinikanth has gone on a DMK stage and he's taken them. A very covert warning that is given to Stalin as well. Dr. Narayan Lakshman, we have seen the political developments in Tamil Nadu over the last many years now. Rajinikanth, of course, it's been unclear what he exactly wants to do as far as politics are concerned. But what's more interesting is the fact that we now saw Rajinikanth cozying up to Udayanidhi. He hailed him as a respectable brother. He used a lot of superlatives for Udayanidhi. Interestingly, this is the same Udayanidhi that indirectly many times in the past has mocked Rajinikanth.
Yeah, I agree with Mr. Rao, who said that this is also a senior actor who tried to make a foray into politics but failed because of multiple reasons. Partly it was financial, partly it was a lack of actual party and mobilization strategy and so forth. But maybe he's now trying to, fish in different waters, and maybe he's trying to build some bridges with the DMK, which obviously were broken because at the previous round of his attempted entry, he was seen as possibly inching towards the BJP side, just based on his comments. Those were the observations people made. Now, he may have tried that. He has also possibly, put his foot in his mouth by talking about this transition process and, sort of tongue-in-cheek comments on managing the elders of the party. I don't think that's gone down well, as you correctly said in the report. And I think one thing I will agree with Mr. Vinod is that there is the other way of slicing it, which is not about age at all within the party, but it's about nepotism and it's about the first family's control. But having said that, that doesn't mean that therefore the people have migrated to the BJP. That's a very simplistic picture. Let's not forget that the AIDMK has lost a seat share. It has come under questioning because it has had a leadership crisis. Though Parisamy, the former chief minister, governed ably while he was in power, he had terrible factional infighting, and the BJP stood to gain from that, and that's why they've done well. So let's not assume that the DMK has been knocked out from its pole position at all. If you look at the actual facts of the voting and the results, they say otherwise. So I think they should not be over sort of indexed to think that there is a leadership crisis in the DMK or something has changed within the DMK. What this highlights is there was an all pre-existing question about who will succeed Stalin whenever he decides to step back. That remains an open question. And therefore, the transition part, which went very well from Karnanidhi to Stalin, you have to ask, will it go as smoothly as a business survival strategy or a business continuity strategy for the party after the time of Stalin or after Stalin decides to step back? Because there, the question of nepotism, there, the question of how will the other cadres accept it if Udayanidhi comes to power, those questions will come up.
Correct.
So in that regard, important question.
Absolutely. It has to be a natural process, the succession, or at least it has to appear like it's a natural process. Dr. Pullara, who do you think is going to take over the reins of the DMK next? Is it going to be Durai Murugan or is it going to be Udayanidhi Stalin?
First of all, I think if you go by the longevity in Stalin's family, he's still got another 30 years more to go, or 25, if you go by his genes. And I don't think that question is going to come up anytime soon.
Will you accept Rajinikanth if he wants to join the party? Dr. Pullar, if Rajinikanth wants to join the DMK, will DMK take him?
No, I don't think he's in that game. Now he's past politics, he's post politics. He tried politics, he didn't succeed, and there'll be he's got a sense of humor. There's a lot of rancor also in it, unseen rancor, because he didn't make it there. He didn't make it in politics. He feels, it takes those senior people might have been attacking him at that time. He got a division. He had a lot of fun. He said something against Durai Murugan as if he supported Udayanithi. And he's on. But essential question that you've raised is, I don't think there is, it's a very, as I understand it, my friends, others may know it better. I think it's a well-settled system. Hopefully, and I may be corrected, there's a very big politician called Nehru. He was against Stalin as long as Karnataka was alive, if you remember. But then they adjusted. That party has a very interesting system. A strong organization, district boys, district secretaries, and all kinds of things going on for the last 50 years. Therefore,
but Mr. Pullar, what's the point of having a strong organization, district level secretaries, district level leadership, if at the end of the day, the son of a leader is only going to take charge? At the end of the day, it is still a dynastic politics.
It has happened in the Congress party too. It's a national party. It has happened in other regional parties too. It has happened everywhere. There's an inbuilt thing. This kind of thing, they look for a leader, and the leader comes least undesirable person will be elected the leader. Each leader in the various ministers won't like each other. They don't mind Udayanithi Stalin. There are various factors which I don't see any dispute there. It is up to Udayanithi Stalin whether he has the talent to do the job, if he gets the job. That will depend on him. If he messes up, it's goodbye, but he will get a chance. From the natural progression in Indian politics, which you have seen in Bombay, all parties there have a natural progression, the regional parties.
All right, Dr. Pullar, we're out of time right now. Before we wrap this up, one final question here to Vinoj from the BJP. Vinoj, what do you think? Do you really believe that this is now exposing some sort of a leadership crisis in DMK? Because while Stalin, of course, without a doubt, wants Udayanithi to take over, it isn't going to be a cakewalk like it was in his case. There is going to be sort of a friction. There are people who don't think this is a natural round of succession. Do you think there's going to be some friction?
See, this is absolutely an internal matter of the DMK. What really matters is the people are going to accept this or not. I understand that the Congress party has been very nepotistic in its approach, and the DMK has been following pursuit, and they are aligned together for the same purpose. These parties have been looting the country and the state for years, and people are very evident of that. People who came to start a political party with absolutely no money is now one of Asia's richest families. I'm talking about the Stalin's family. They're one of the richest families in the entire continent. So these are things which people have started to think about. The advent of social media and the influence of TV channels and all that is reaching people. It's not like the olden days, so people are getting very aware. So whether they accept the leadership of Udayanithi Stalin or not is the internal matter of the DMK. If the leaders feel that they have the substance in them to lead the party, then I really think it's important to learn from a party like the BJP. It elevates people of different communities, different castes, only on the basis of merit and leadership, and not on basis of which family you're born in. So that is something which these parties should learn from the BJP, and the BJP has been doing that for years. And we are hopeful, we are very, very hopeful that we are here to fight against the nepotistic attitude and the corruption of the DMK. We are here to expose the DMK at every juncture possible. Even now they have been doing this sham called the Global Murugan Conference, after doing an event called after making a call to eradicate Sanatan Dharma last year. Now they feel the heat, the majority population of the state turning against them, and just to create a drama sort of atmosphere, now they're doing this Global Murugan Conference to wipe away their sins. They're using Lord Muruga as a political tool in their campaign with the people. So none of this is going to work, and I'm very sure that the BJP's in 2026 is going to be massive.
Absolutely. Vinoj, appreciate you joining us on the broadcast. Also appreciate Dr. Pullar and also Dr. Narayan there. Appreciate you joining us on the broadcast, giving us all your insights about what's happening in Tamil Nadu. Very interesting developments coming to the fore. And of course, all of these statements there by Rajinikanth sparking a lot of speculation across the nation. Whether that's true or not, we'll of course find out in the next few years. But again, we'll be joining back to discuss this in the future as well.